I love it. All right. Woo! Let me get everything set up here. Welcome. Welcome, loves. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you. Thank you for that dance party because who wants life to be a dance party? Yeah, I certainly do. No matter what's going down in the matrix. I know that's why you're here, because you know I'm going to bring it. Ooh, just feel how we moved the energy. No matter what was happening for you this morning, really integrate. Where are you at now? How did you just move that energy? How did you just shift the trajectory of your life? Because the only moment you have is this moment, right here, right now. Yes. So I'm doing something totally new today because guess what? We're moving in a new direction. Do you feel it? There's a birth happening. So I'm throwing out the old playbook. I'm showing up in a new way. And I think that means that we are streaming live on Facebook. I've never done it before. This is it. This is the birth. So if you're on Facebook, hello. I won't be able to read your comments now because I'm going to be focused in on the Zoom comments, but please share as we move through this experience together. I will go back and I will be seeing them and I'll be responding to them later. So welcome to everyone who is feeling the call, the pull, the magnetism to this transmission, because your life will be upgraded in these moments. Do you believe it? It's not up to me. It's up to your belief. So those of you that are here, especially with me on Zoom, please be the portal that we are creating together. This isn't about me speaking at you. This is about us rising together. So everything that you share in the chat actually amplifies everything that's landing in the field, in your field and in the collective field. I feel a little emotional because I get so excited about the possibilities that happen when we come together. And we're in some massive activation points right now. I know you feel it. I know you felt the volatility. I'm hoping that you felt the recent breakthrough energy, especially yesterday. And I hope you know where we're going in 2026. This is a massive initiation. And the thing is, you standing in your full power and your full light and you shining as freaking bright as you can is literally what will take us to the collective enlightenment that we're on our way to. We cannot get there without blasting all of the shadow, everything that got us to the point of imbalance that we've been in for so long. So I know you felt it in 2025. It was a self-undoing. It's a collective undoing. And we have to let go of the way that we brought in old resources, energy in old ways. So let yourself go to what feels like ground zero and build from there. Build it new. That's where we're at. We've been at ground zero with this 2025 squeeze that we've been in. Now we build into trust. Who here is starting to feel more trust in themselves, in their power, in their light, in their voice, in their vibration, in their field? Yes. Yes. All right. I love to see the hands. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Let's go. Let's go. So, oh, I have some stories for you today. I'm so excited to drop in with you. We're going to be going through the E3 method that will get you inner resourced no matter what's going down in the matrix. Because say it with me, it has to go down. Do you see it suddenly changing the way it was? No, it has to go down. So when you're inner resourced and you're not swayed by it, you believe in what's possible from that dismantling, you become the leader and the way shower of the desired reality, of the enlightenment to come. There's no enlightenment without shadow. So I know that when you're here, you're drawn to this experience with me because I speak beyond your mind. I speak to your cells. I speak in the language of energy. I know that you came because you know that you came to do it different. You know you have a huge, massive, huge part to play in where we go from here. I'm seeing yeses out there. Let's go. Yes, 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 yes. All the yes, 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 yes. Because when we're in the yes, guess what happens? It's possible. When we're in the fear and the doubt, guess what happens? Control and constriction. Oh, I love being here with you. Does anybody want to do me a favor and jump on Facebook and see if it's actually live streaming and let me know in the chat? Thank you so much. I'm so curious. This was just an impromptu, like, am I going to get this together? And it feels like it happened, but you let me know if it actually happened. And then we're really going to start diving in. Who's amped up just from the intro? Yeah, let's go. If you're here and you don't have your camera on, I would love for you to put it on so you can be a part of this party and I can actually feel you. I can see you and feel you a little bit more. If it's not possible, no worries. It looks like it's a yes. Alita's holding the phone up. Live, yes, we're live. What? What? Doing it the new earth way. So the old me and the old business me would do a Zoom, record it, give it to certain people, and keep it kind of on lock. The new me is like, blast this out. Blast this out. Because this is the vibe that we want to be marinating in every single day. When you sit and believe and know what's possible beyond what you've experienced before, you are the portal that becomes the miracles. You are the portal. This is the highest technology. It's not AI, it's not computers, it's not anything else, it's this. And when you're at your brightest and best in your own, basically, antenna, your frequency match out into the world, is when you're whole. When you are whole in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, and your energy. As the world has been, it's wanted us fractured. Because when we're fractured, we're giving our power away. And guess what we're doing today? I know you know. We're bringing it all back, baby. We are rising in our power together. That's funny. As I said that, I was like, ding, ding, ding. My last name is Rising. Oh my gosh. Let me know in the chat if you're new to my world. Are you brand new into my world? I see OGs on the cameras here. Ah, yes. So I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're doing today, and then we're going to dive in. Okay. So my name is Lori Rising, and I was sitting with this morning. I've been channeling all morning into what's coming into the field for this experience. And I was going through all of the trainings I've done, all of the certificates and the licenses and things like that. And I was like, oh, which one should I talk about? And you know what landed? The reality is I was born a starseed. When I came in, I knew we were divine. I knew we could levitate, and I started levitating when I was in my 20s. I never lost that belief, no matter what was happening in the world around me. And the reality is I've continued to be a seeker since. So I could tell you all of the certificates and all of the licenses and all of the thousands of hours of training that I've done. But I came in knowing that we're divine. I came in knowing that we are the miracles. They're not outside of us. That we were created in the God energy, in source energy, in spirit, in the divine. And we are the expression of it here on earth. And when we are connected to all that we are, which is the elements, the earth, God, spirit, nature, the cosmos, there's no stopping us. We're undeniable and we are aligned. Hey, I love it. There's more cameras popping up. Yes. Hello. So that took me on a human awakening. That took me on a very wounded healer journey. If any of you know astrology, I have a Chiron Kazemi in my first house. What? Until I actually understood what that meant and the power that it holds, I was in resentment. I was in denial. I was in anger. I was in comparison. I was in a lot of scarcity. And I went through a lot of trauma. And there was a point in my life where I didn't know that I would come back. I didn't really want to. I wasn't going to leave the earth, but I didn't want to be here. It was like I had died while I was living. And that was when I was 31, pretty much all the way until probably 40, maybe, I mean, 37 to 43, something like that. And then something shifted. And I decided to show up for life again. I decided that I could be happy again. I decided to not believe that that would be my story. And I did everything to go all in on that. And it took everything. It took a way of life. It took me wanting to actually experience that kind of joy and happiness and freedom inside of myself, even though one of my biggest dreams never came to fruition in life, that I showed up like it was my job. I would do up to 4 hours of personal development, soul growth, energetic alignment, meditation, you name it, crying. I would do it every day relentlessly, which is why I sit here before you now to share it with you. Because that's the soul's contract I made with humanity, was to go through those experiences, bring myself back from the brink of not ever wanting to come back again, and offering that to you to show you what's possible. I've had a deep abandonment wound ever since I was adopted, and I fought it. I also believed it was just me. I just believed that was my lot in life, and I was going to have to just navigate that for the rest of my life and tell people that they couldn't abandon me because I had this abandonment wound. Do you think that worked? Hell no. They abandoned me left and right because I was living in that frequency. So I was magnetizing more of it for my own benefit, not because the people were horrible people. I was magnetizing it for my own opportunity to transmute it, to heal it, to clear it, and step out of that experience, out of that behavior, out of that story. Because I am the greatest healer that's ever walked this earth for myself, just like every single one of you are. So I did it. And so we're here. For who I can see here, who believes that I don't ever experience shadow anymore? Anybody? Awesome. Nobody raised their hands, just FYI. Of course I do. And I have mastery with it. I know how to work with it. I know how to welcome it. I know how to trust it. So really, I work with the divine disruptors. I work with those of you that know that you came to do it different. You've got a tapping on your soul enough, even if you don't know how or you don't know how to get there, you know that you're here to move through that edge and that you're not going to hold yourself back. You're not going to delay it anymore. You're going to disrupt the patterns, the conditioning, the scarcity. So it's my honor. It's my honor to walk with you. Like I said, I'm not your healer. I'm here as a support to give you the confidence to remember that from within. I help you when you wobble. I help you expand your capacity. Because when you expand your capacity, you step into the new identity. And what we're doing here today is we're actually creating some separation, even though I don't like that word, but we're creating some separation and holding them each in their own power between your capacity into your new identity and your feelings and emotions. Because when they are intertwined, Your feelings and emotions will start to dictate your journey. And if you get feelings and emotions stuck in your body, they start creating a story. They are going to hold you back. You're going to be living from that imprint. But when you allow your feelings and emotions to move through you, to be a part of your expansion, and you can hold the strength and the capacity of the identity where you know you're going, because I help you move through that growth edge into your divine design. But we've got to move through it. We've got to trust that we can feel the feelings that are coming up every time we hit it again and again. And I'm here to help you the next time you hit it, never hit it again. To blast through it, to blast off. That's where the inner freedom lies, because your inner freedom was never meant to be circumstantial. It was designed to be inevitable. And when it becomes inevitable, you know what else happens? Your circumstances change. You magnetize the reality that you know is possible within. So basically, this is for you if you know that that's you. Anybody who knows that's them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This masterclass is not for you if you're absolutely adamantly against going all in on yourself. Because we have gotten so comfortable at not going all in on ourselves, at doubting ourselves, at denying the innate guidance and channel that's there to support us and help us move beyond time, beyond space, beyond reality. So, you know, it's time. I know it's time. And we're going to weave this together. Okay, so let's begin. Go ahead and just find your feet on the floor. Get nice and comfortable. Close your eyes and just really start to arrive in your body. And just follow your breath in and out. Feel the earth beneath you. Feel this beautiful, gorgeous connection between you and the earth, beyond the floor. And you can feel your roots moving down into the earth. Maybe they're golden, luminescent, crystalline. And you just feel them as they easily move through the layers of the earth, finding her center. This beautiful velveteen womb of the earth. And as your roots reach this space, you feel this stillness, this darkness, and this richness. And you know in an instant that all of life lives here. You may even be traveling through evolutionary experiences right now. You feel the millions and millions of years of this core, all of the life that has been seeded here. And you feel this consciousness pulsating through you. She lives, she breathes, she supports, she shares. And you may even be traveling beyond this life and this body now. Trust yourself and trust whatever message is showing up for you right here. right now. And just allow your body to be soft and move with her. Move with the pulse of life, of creation, of medicine, of you. And just notice how good it feels to be relaxed, to be easeful, to be flowing through this energy. And just trust that you don't need to do anything right now. You don't need to change. You don't need to learn. You get to just be. And being is your magic. And just notice how your heart is expanding in this magic, how your cells are opening, how you're ready to receive. Because it's when you receive that you unlock the codes of you. So, this experience today is not about strategy, it's not about pushing, it's about truly being. It's about receiving. And it's about trusting your innate guidance, your channel, your frequency that tuned you in, knowing that there's something divine here for you, knowing that life will look different because you said yes. Breathe that in. Sigh it out. And feel that energy moving up through your roots. It's like it's blasting into your whole being and your whole body. It's almost lifting you off of your chair, off the floor. And you feel it as it comes up, as this light rises up into you, saying hello to every one of your chakras. And as it comes up through your crown, it just opens. It opens freely because you know that it will connect in perfectly. This was all by design. This moment, our integration, our experience, our exchange, this was all designed. And you stood in the power as you said yes. And just repeat after me now. I am open to receive. I'm here for ease. My inner freedom is not circumstantial. It's inevitable. My divine design is inevitable. And I'm calibrating to it now. I am calibrating to it now. I am calibrating to it now. Ooh, yeah, I felt a surge on that one. Wow. Who did that out there? Yes, yes, yes. Let me know in the chat. How do you feel? Do you feel ready? Ready to rock and roll, babies. So, we're going to talk a little bit about the pattern. Grounded. Yes, I love it. Jamie, I love the ladder analogy. Yes. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Beautiful. Keep it coming in the chat, y'all. Share. Share what's coming through. Take it from internal, put it external, bring it into the field. Love the message, exactly what I've been asking for. I got you, girl. Let's go. We're connected. All right, so let's talk a little bit about a pattern. All right, Andrea, what? I'm calling you out. I'm honoring you. I'm ready to go all in on my path. Yes, 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 Queen. Yes. Everyone's celebrating you. All right. So here's one of the stories, and I feel like this is going to really help you to understand more of what's being offered right now energetically. Because the reality is your very first language is energy. It's not your words. It's always energy. And that's what we're shifting into is energy first, brain and structure later. So this masterclass almost didn't happen. I've been in my own self-undoing for the last year, 2025. And I knew business had to be different, but I didn't know how it was going to be different. And so I just held that in the field while everything got stripped away. Everything. My confidence, my trust, my belief. And I got to the point where I was ready to leave. I was like, okay, maybe I'll leave the business. It's okay. I got myself to the point where I could find softness there. And what happened is I launched the program that I'm gonna offer an invitation into my program at the end of this call. For those of you that feel like you want to go all in, it's not for everybody. I'm not selling, I'm serving. And I'm talking to those of you that are ready to go all in. But I pulled the program about 2 months ago because I was in my own self undoing and I had one person join and I didn't trust. I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust the program and I pulled it. And I got the message to start the program again this time around. And as we were going, I was still in this wobble. I was still in this wobble of where I'm going. I wasn't sure. I didn't get the message yet. The downloads weren't coming in. I was ready to pull the program again because I had one or two more people come in and I didn't trust it. I was looking for an expectation outside of myself rather than allowing myself to be in the experience no matter what the circumstances were that showed up or the conditions were that showed up. So the day that I convinced myself is the key there. Do you all hear that? I convinced myself to pull it again because my nervous system would be happier. Instead of worrying that not enough people were coming or, it wasn't the right time or, why isn't this happening the way that it used to? Well, I got the message. It can't happen the way that it used to. That's where we're at. And if you try to make it, it's going to get squeezed. So I was trying to make it happen the way that it used to. So this was maybe 5 days ago, something like that. I don't know how long ago. Yes, I'm telling your story. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this happened like 5 days ago, and I convinced myself. I was like, I'm good. I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna get the book out. Then it'll go fine. I need to do this, and then it'll go fine. This is all in the mind. So that night I went to bed, and I woke up, and God came in. Someone had joined the program while I was sleeping that night before I had time to pull it. Now, I could have ignored it, which is what we usually do. I could have bypassed it because I had already decided, nope, I'm going to pull it. I'm going to write the book. Then I'm going to do it again. Instead, I listened. That's the guidance system that is always sending you messages. We usually have a dream or desire, but we put ourselves so far away from it because we're trying to create the how in a way that isn't aligned for us. We're creating the how based on an expectation of success outside of us. And that's not going to work anymore. It's not going to cut it. So when you can trust that guidance system, which my guidance system told me that God came in when that one person came into the program 2 months ago. I didn't listen. I pulled it. God came in again a second time. I'm listening this time. And I'm showing up different. I'm showing up in this deep, immense trust and actually this excitement. Because who knows, maybe this will be the last time that I will have this kind of intimate space. Who knows? I don't know, but it's not for me to know. It's for me to trust what's coming through in any moment and go forward with it and stop trying to control the conditions around it. So this masterclass was born from there. And you all are here. Do you see how this leads us? We don't have to have the next 10 steps. We've got to be present for the one right here. We have to stop overriding the messages that are coming through. And when you stand in the power of them, everything rises. Because I stood in the power of that message. I was like, thank you. However you feel into this, God, source, spirit. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, source. You showed me. You showed me the way. You got me out of my own way. You got me out of my ego. And now I'm here with all of you. And we are creating our own portal. We are doing work for this collective by finding the inner freedom, because then we can trust what's going down and we can sit in the desire of what we know is possible for this collective and for our own lives that we haven't experienced yet. Are any of you tapping into that? Because with what's going down, if you allow it to consume you, that's moving into the collective field. This is where the mastery of expanding your capacity in your identity, in the identity, and holding the power of your feelings and emotions as movement shifts everything. Because you can feel this is never about bypassing. This is about standing in the power of your emotion and your feeling and letting it be fuel for you, not letting it become suffering in a story that grounds you, not grounds you in a good way, grounds you in like the flight comes down, right? So the E3 method that we're going to be going through today is basically, I'm going to take you through the steps where that will be your reality no matter what. When I speak of your identity, which your identity is change, growth, and evolution. I want to be clear on this. Your identity is not stuck. It's the identity that you're changing and growing and evolving into, but you have to step into that identity. You have to claim that identity. Because if you're sitting in your feelings and emotions and stories, then you're actually believing that old versions of you are your reality, and they're not. They're part of the path. The path moves. It doesn't stay. Okay? So this came through this morning when I was feeling into this as things were channeling through. When I sat with, here's your identity that you're spiraling into, and here's your feelings and emotions. Your feelings and emotions are a part of this experience. It's actually the glory of this experience, because non-physical life they don't go through the feelings and emotions that we go through. Like, there are superpowers. So when you can see them and feel them as superpowers, even the grief, even the sadness, because you will have grief when you change. Most people won't change. They stay stuck in their identity because they don't want to feel the grief. But then they're grieving because they're not changing. So then they're stuck between grief over there or grief here. Let's go for the grief over there in power and let it move through you and let it become the transcendence. Because grief is actually more of who we are than the stories and the behaviors that we've conditioned into who we think we are. Did you all get that? When you are in a state of grief, you are actually more of who you are, because you've let go of the facade. You've let go of the conditioning. You're raw. You're vulnerable. But if you attach it to a story and you start seeing it into your future, then you get stuck. Yeah? So The analogy that came in, I'm going to show this to you later. I don't really do slides because I want this energy. This is my fuel. If I do slides, you go into mind heavy, and that's not our jam here. We all know that, right? It's not our jam. Okay. So, but what came through is your identity is the tree. The tree grows, right? The tree is steady. The tree is steady and it grows. Your feelings and emotions are the breeze, the wind that comes through, right? You all have that. So this is a big thing for me. It's actually part of my greatest source of trance state or meditative state is leaves on trees. And so when the breeze comes through, you don't know how, like the velocity that it's going to be. It's your feelings and emotions, but it's actually supposed to move through. It doesn't get stuck. It's not part of the tree. Does this make sense? Yeah. Okay. Good. So we will visualize later on in that, but just let that start to sink in. Okay. Let me know if you have questions in the chat, especially about the feelings and emotions and the identity. Let me know if it's making sense. Is it landing? I see some nods. Yes, 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 yes. So, what you believe about your identity is really important, right? Who's the identity, and how does your identity make decisions from the desire, from the divine design? Or is your identity making decisions from the entanglements and the pain and the story? Um, we're going to get into the E3 now. We're going to get into these three pillars because what they do is actually end in that identity, in the conviction of that identity. As we move through these three pillars, what I want you to remember is highest conviction wins. Has anybody heard that before? I remember when I heard that and it hit my heart so big. I was like, oh, breakthrough. Highest conviction wins. Highest conviction between your mind and your heart. Highest conviction between you and yourself. Highest conviction between you and your partner. Highest conviction between you and the collective. But the conviction is the belief. So you can have conviction from your ego and that won't win. That will create a struggle. That'll be a power over experience. That'll be defenses, that'll be reaction. But when your conviction lives and breathes inside of you, there's no other possibility, there's no other option, it wins. Most people don't have that belief in any of their convictions because it's all up here. There's no foundation to that. So I gave you this example of when I was telling you when I came out as a starseed, and I remember I was sitting in church very, very young, and I was looking around. I still remember this moment. I was looking around and I was like, what? I don't understand. Why aren't we levitating? Like I literally was like, why aren't we levitating? I don't get it. And when I levitated in my 20s, it it hit me on so many different levels because the way that levitation happened in my 20s wasn't the way I would see it on movies. It wasn't like I'm just rising. It was like wild. It was thrashing. It was like my body was moving in ways that like literally lifted my own body off of the floor. But if I had the belief that it had to happen the way that I'd see it in TV and movies, then I'd be working against something. I'd be working against myself and my own belief. But that conviction that came in with me when I was young never left. No matter how much fear I saw outside of me, no matter how much like I couldn't find my own representation as like the very spunky spiritual being that I was, which is why I gravitated towards animals and body work, because that actually took me back home. It took me through that astral travel portal. But that conviction is what's true. And that conviction created the reality for me. So a lot of people, when they say I have levitated, I bet a lot of people are like, no, you haven't. No way. It's not possible. Because their conviction is there's no way it's possible. Their conviction is it goes against gravity. Their conviction is they have no idea how it would happen. But my path led me to the people, the experiences, and the places that made my conviction a reality. Do you see the power of this? Highest heart conviction wins, not mind, not ego. So sit with that as you move between, we're going to be talking about the discernment between your energy and the ego and your mind. Because you're used to letting the conviction of the mind win, but you don't really believe it. And then it causes a struggle and pain and sadness. So the three pillars, I'm sure you all know them, but we're going to put them together today. E3, energetic clarity. When I work with people, especially when I do higher level work and one-on-one work, this is the foundation, energetic clarity. It's so easy to be energetically entangled. Do you know why? Because you're energy. Because we are all energy, because everything is energy and we are energetic sponges. Number two, emotional intelligence. And number three, anybody guess? One more E. Anybody guess the last E? I want to see. This is the architecture of inevitability. Anybody know what the last E would be? If you're on Facebook Live, put your guess in the chat. Anybody? Evolution. That's the last part. That's the final piece. So these three things are going to be the architecture of your inevitability, of you stepping into that growth and identity. Energetic clarity, emotional intelligence, and embodiment. I love that. That's part of it. Environment. Environment is everything. The environment of you, the environment of your mind, the environment of your energy, the environment of your thoughts. Because we're energetic sponges, these all work together. Because you're an energetic sponge, you will take in the environment unless you have emotional intelligence and discernment. Do you see how they all do this beautiful dance together? So when you start functioning as the energetic translator that you are, not just receiving the energy, but actually believing it and making new choices because of it, you tell your energy that you care. You tell your energy that you're going to bring it into coherence. Most of us are so used to self-sacrificing that when the energy tells us something's wrong or it's dangerous, we override it and justify why we will stay or keep doing it from the mind. Anybody have that? Know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So this will train us to keep doing it that way, and we'll keep forcing. And that's the ego coming in from control. The energy is fueled by trust. Trust that there's a power greater than the mind, which is it's defined by your chakras, your energetic centers that brought you into this body. So that greater power is leading you to where you want to go But guess what it's doing? It's quantum leaping you. You're trying to do it so freaking hard, myself included. I was trying to do it so hard, and I noticed it with this last launch because I kind of got to the point where I was like, well, if I'm ready to leave, whatever. I'm going to launch in a way that I haven't ever before. And guess what? You know what happened last night? The download that came in. Is anybody interested? Okay. The download that came in last night, because I was like, well, I'm used to, this is for real. I'm giving you the BTS here, the behind the scenes, okay? Because I really want you to feel this. This is the work that I do. I'm refining my everyday moments. So I was like, I'm usually my master classes, I have like 80 people signed up, right? Like usually, do you hear that word? Usually it's so different. Maybe so then my mind kicks in. Well, maybe the work isn't as potent anymore. Maybe I'm supposed to be doing something else. Maybe I'm, supposed to go work with somebody else, blah, 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 right? Okay. So last night I was sitting with this and I was like, well, we'll just see how the masterclass goes tomorrow. And if nobody shows up, then I just leave the business. That's the egoic mind, right? But I was trying to protect myself. So it hit me because yesterday was a massive clarity day where a lot came through. And I was like, oh shit. Oh my, I was like, what? What? It's not that it's not going well. It's that I'm doing it different and I'm not used to doing it different. I'm used to being overwhelmed. I'm used to pushing really hard and like sending out constant, like invitations. Are you going to be there? And like, I didn't do that this time because we're guided to do it different, but we have to be able to hold ourselves through it feeling different. Do you see the power of what landed for me? I was like, oh, this is the start where I don't ever have to be stressed out in a launch again. And I don't have to attach some expectation on the end. And so what I did last night, again, I'm giving you the BTS, is I got into the bath. I did I'm a hypnotherapist as well. I did a hypnosis. I did a guided journey. And I took myself beyond even like money or business or anything like that. And I saw myself as like the medicine woman that I am, right? Where I show up and I share this soul medicine that I have. And that's what it's all about. Whether it's one person, 30 people, 80 people, doesn't matter. And it came so deeply in my heart that I'm actually disrupting the hypnosis that comes in business. Pass, fail, succeed, not succeed. Is that landing? It's huge. So you're going to have to catch yourself when your mind wants to say, oh, this isn't working because it doesn't feel the same as it felt before, or I don't see the results I saw before. It was like, oh, I'm carving a whole new path here. And it feels scary. And now that I know, it feels exciting because I'm like, oh, I could keep doing this and not have the pressure, the overwhelm, and not again attach this outcome of like where I try to escape. Because most of us, when we reach that growth edge, we get the message to escape because we haven't gone past to feel what's on the other side yet. We're so much more comfortable in feeling what we've known. So this is where when you create the energetic clarity, the emotional intelligence, and the environment, it's inevitable. Then we get to who shared it, the evolution. When you start trusting evolution, you will actually stop holding yourself back from fear or scarcity ever again. Who wants that? Yeah, it's a pretty sweet space to be in. And what happens for the whole collective when we tip the scales here? Does anybody know the percentage of the butterfly effect? It's only like, I've heard it's like 1 to 2% of the whole collective, but maybe it's like 30%. once it tips to that, if you know the 100th monkey theory, anybody not know the 100th monkey theory? Once it gets to that number, it's automatically shifted into the cells of the others. That's what we're doing. So the 100th monkey theory is where there were monkeys on one side of the island, monkeys on the other, and the monkeys on one side, and they never interacted. And the monkeys on one side started washing their potato because one picked it up out of the water and it tasted so good. So everybody watched that monkey and they started doing the same thing. And it's like, oh, this is so much better. Why haven't we been doing this, right? So everybody's doing it. Once the 100th monkey did it, the other side of the island started doing it too. If that's how powerful animals are, what do you think this technology can do? That's what I stay in. That's what I live in. And that's what I hold. So I can hold myself through these growth edges, but I can hold the collective through this growth edge as well, because I can hold the belief and the desire of where I know we're going. And I don't know about you, but I want to live it in this body. I'm not interested in continuing to fight in a system or an experience that wasn't designed to actually change. I'm interested in what is designed to change, grow, and evolve. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so energetic clarity is not sometimes, it's always. And we will start to compartmentalize ourselves to like, I feel clear now. I'm not clear now. Just like we'll compartmentalize our spirituality or our soul growth. Like, oh, I'll go meditate here. That actually keeps us in a space of control instead of being a living bit embodied experience of it. And so when your energy shows up to tell you something, notice when you start to compartmentalize it. Notice when you almost are like, I'm going to put that away and I'll come back to it later. Because every time I'm going to intertwine emotional intelligence and energetic clarity right now. When you feel an emotion that comes in, when you have an experience, an emotion responds, because that's how we do. It's how we do. And you let the emotion stay in the energy, it imprints into your experience. And the longer you let that stay, the deeper that imprint becomes. We live our life 90% from our subconscious, 10% from our conscious. Does that land? So what's living in your body will actually create your reality. Now, when you marry the two of these together, when you really start creating this dance together, and you have an experience and you have an emotion, because that's a natural response to an experience. And if your energy is telling you that it does not feel good, that it feels dangerous, that it feels like survival starts kicking in, and then your mind starts coming in to place the blame outside of you to try to make yourself feel better, we've gone deeply into the entanglement at that point. This is where you, as the healer of your life, have all of the power to work with it right there, regardless of the thing outside of you. So when you have the emotion, and if that emotion is feeling threatening to your experience or even to your survival, which is what will become very primal within us, if you start having mastery in your energy, you will have inner freedom. If you can move the energy immediately and process through the emotion and actually release it so that it doesn't get stuck in your body, you now have unentangled from the experience. Does this make sense? Okay. Oh my goodness, time. Okay. So I'm going to give a really quick example because I love working real time. This happened just a few nights ago because there was some really volatile energy with the Mars-Pluto conjunction just recently. It's a new 2-year cycle for everyone, heads up. So I was out with my dog, and my neighbor, who's about 80, was walking down the road, who never walks down the road. I wasn't prepared for it. So my dog ran up to him, and my dog is very big. He's like almost 100 pounds. But he just ran up to stand by him. But the man had a reaction. He reacted from fear. So he started trying to hit my dog with his walking stick and started screaming at my dog. And I was way behind, and so I'm trying to run up there and I'm trying to yell for him, and I'm saying to him, he's very friendly, just say hello. He's very friendly, just say hello, because I understand he's walking and a 100-pound dog comes up. He wasn't prepared for. But he didn't do that, right? He reacted from fear and he kept trying to hit my dog. And so my dog had a response. He saw him as threatening. And so my dog got scared. So my dog started barking. That's it, just started barking. I got up there. By the time I got up there, I was so livid that someone thought that they could hit my dog with a stick, that my dog wasn't even doing anything. He just actually was standing there, that my emotions were starting to overtake me. And I got up there and I got my dog, and the man just kind of started to talk to me, and I reacted and I said, "What do you think you were doing? Why would you try to hit him with a stick?" And I was like, all you had to do was say hi. And he just tried to talk about something else. And I could feel that I was in reaction. So I just took my dog and walked away. So I got back. And this is where the energetic clarity comes in. I was feeling it. I was so mad. I was so mad at him. I was so mad at him, right? The reality is, my dog is the one that ran up to him. That's the reality. And then he had a reaction. And so what I did is I actually put aside everything else that was supposed to come for my day, all of the to-dos that I had planned, and I moved the energy. I ran, I danced, I screamed. I called a friend that I knew I could vent this out with. I called a friend and I just said all the things that like are the reactive things. I just said them. I like puked them out and I ran. And then that night I was in my red light therapy and I did some yoga. So guess what happened the next day? I have no anger with this person. Zero. I have a transcendence. I've transcended the experience. I can understand it at a whole different level because my ego isn't reacting. It's not overtaking me. So this is where the emotional intelligence and the energetic clarity come in together. If you can sit in the power of your emotions without projecting them, you will find the inner freedom. When you move the energy, when you stop controlling your everyday all day long, when you show up in the moments and you receive the channel as it comes in. This is the healer that is within you. The environment will support you in this, or it will try to deny this. It will try to pull you out of this. So you have to decide what your environment's going to be for your body, for your mind, for your soul, for your experience. I live and breathe personal development. I live and breathe soul growth. I never stop. There's no stop. There's no end destination. This is me. This is my experience. If you have to look at it as your actual job, look at it like your job. Because guess what? When you're in alignment, everything else elevates from there. When you are giving away your power to time, to energy, to money, to relationships, you're fractured. So you're going to have to trust in the evolutionary process for you and for others, even if that means that you make some decisions that are uncertain, that lead you on new paths and lead those around you on new paths. You have to look at your stream of consciousness. Because if your stream of consciousness, if you're taking in the things that are going down and it's making you be incapacitated, if it makes you want to disassociate, if it creates this space of overwhelm, you're the only one that can change that. I sit with this often. I feel like this is going to be kind of a completion of the E3 experience But I sit with this so often because if you look at the generations, do you know how many generations have lived and died in anger? Anger at the system, anger at their circumstances, anger at life. Do you think that's what we came in here for? Resentment because they're waiting for something outside of life to change in order for that fulfillment and that happiness and that inner freedom. The only way this is going to change is if we do the work, if we create the inner freedom and emanate that out, blast that out into the collective so other people can see what's possible that they don't even know. They can't even conceive in their mind. But if they see and feel you living in that kind of inner freedom, that peace, they're going to want that too. They're going to feel it from you. And that's going to be the change because energy is our first language, no matter what. This is where gaslighting comes in because you're hearing the energy, but you're getting different words and you know better. Energy is magic, energy is power. And we rise together from within. All of these together move us into the inevitability, move us into that identity of the divine design that each one of you is here to live into. So, questions, thoughts, how are we doing? We're going to do a little embodiment because you know me. There's no just talking with me. Let me know in the chat. How are you doing? Is anything coming up for you? Maybe you feel confronted and that's okay. Maybe you feel resistance. That's okay. Get it out. Share it. And if you tell me in the chat, we're going to do a little EFT tapping. I'll add it into the tapping. What's coming up? How are you feeling? Time goes so fast when I come in on these little master classes. Let's see. Yes, yes, yes. I have to go. Okay. See you soon, Andrea. Thank you for being here. You'll get the replay for sure. Ah, I love that. A lot to absorb. Loving this. Yes. Make sure you come back to the replay and do the embodiment, love. Anybody else? Yes. Watch it all the way through again. And dance too. Anybody have anything coming through throughout the whole experience? Does it make sense? A whole lot of tingles, huge energy came through. Yes. Did you move it? Is that why you got up? Move that energy. I hope that through that last story that I shared with you about my dog, that you can feel that kind of freedom that there is. Because in that space, you can go through any experience with anyone and not take it on and not make it about them. And honestly, that's how we will come together as a collective. What's funny, I'm just kind of saying things while you all are writing because I think somebody's writing out there. What's funny is the next day I was talking to my dad on the phone and he was like, well, how is it today? And I was like, oh, it's fine. Why? He's like, well, with yesterday, I was already, because I live in the present moment so much that I don't carry the things with me. That's the freedom. I was already past it. We're so used to having these very long, drawn out experiences that really just shift how we are in life. And nothing gets to have that kind of power over me. not even the reality of at some point I will leave this body. I trust it. And when you have that kind of freedom, you do show up. You show up fully, you show up wholly. You don't hold yourself back, you don't fracture yourself, you don't self-sacrifice anymore. And you really invest. You invest in the experience. And you get to have a joyful life even when there's pain in the world. Because you'll experience pain, just like the pain that you can feel that's happening out in the world. But the more that you can hold both of them, because you're here to hold that duality and not separate them out, the more the joy can be the medicine. Yes, I love it, Larianne. You've validated and touched on all the conversations we've been having. It's time to embody all the energy that already flows within us. That is true freedom. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. So sounds like this is flowing. Nobody's got any stickiness coming up. Landing. I've been so out of sync energetically this past year with health issues in my job. The powerful outlet energy is, as random people would comment in public that they appreciate how positive I am online. That's a great share, babe. Joy is medicine. Joy is medicine, and so is the power in the pain. I hope that that lands for you. The power in the shadow, the invitation through it. Because when you can stop fearing those things, they actually do become a really big ally in where the joy lives deep inside of you, right? The joy doesn't just get to be conditional, and it's not forced joy, because then you can live in the cycles and seasons. Just like this past year, 2025, I had no idea if my business was going to continue or not, and I didn't force it. I let myself be led through the energy and I held it. I held myself through it. And here I am. And now things are changing. Now things are opening up. There was a reason for it, but I couldn't force the joy in it. Does that make sense? I see some animals out there. I love it. Our little animal babies. I've been learning to pause in the moment and making intentional actions from a place of groundedness and not emotional chaos. Thank you for sharing this today. It has landed right where it's needed. Yes, 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 yes. Gosh, it seems like we don't even need any tapping. We just feel good. Let's go ahead and tap anyway. I'm going to start tapping on the side of your hand. I'm going to put some music on. And just breathe in and out, taking a deep breath. This is part of the E3, right? So if we just try to change, grow, and evolve from our mind, we're going to find a lot of resistance and we're going to keep getting bounced back. We're going to keep, shrinking back from that edge. But when you can really start to stay in this mastery of how do I integrate, how do I move, how do I integrate with emotions, energy, and the environment, then you're going to flow rather than stagnate. Yeah, you feel that? So even last night, when I was getting all the downloads, all the clarity was coming through in the really big moves I'm about to make this summer, um, I was so happy, right? I was like, oh my gosh, it's here. Now I'm not sad. I don't have a story of sadness anymore. I have a story of possibility. But I also ran and I danced and I hugged the tree and I integrated it so that it's not living up here. It's living here. It's living in my body. That's the mastery of the healer that we are. But usually we're so, overloaded and overstimulated, and we're so filled with lists to do in order to save or survive that we miss the power in the moments and what can happen when we do the integration, we do the embodiment, we really get super present, because that's going to quantum jump us in the timelines. So just breathe in and breathe out. So we're just going to kind of like solidify the things I've been talking about. So just repeat after me. Even though part of me believes my freedom relies on circumstances, And even though I've learned to protect myself by holding myself back, I choose to soften and allow inevitability now. I love and celebrate myself. I forgive myself. And I honor myself. So even though sometimes I get so overwhelmed, it's hard to find presence, I love and honor myself. I forgive myself. And there's a part of me that believes so deeply in myself right now. And even though change feels really scary sometimes, because I'm afraid I'll be abandoned or kicked out of the group or be alone, I can find softness in my body right now. And I feel this deep love for myself. And I forgive myself. And I honor myself. Eyebrow point. So sometimes I feel this judgment come up. Side of the eye. When things start to change. Under the eye. And I realize how I wasn't allowing the change for so long. Above the eye. And how I haven't been trusting myself. Under the lip. But I can let that go. Collarbone. I can stand in the power of everything that has moved through this experience for me. Under the arm. I am so divine. I came in whole and nothing has changed. Top of the head. I'm already healed. I'm just calibrating to it now. Eyebrow point. And the judgment is only holding me back. Side of the eye. It's keeping me in stories. Under the eye. It's keeping me in old patterns. Above the lip, and I release that now. Under the lip. And I'm starting to feel how my greatness has always been inevitable. Collarbone. And it's fully arriving to my consciousness now. And my awareness. Under the arm. And I can trust myself. Top of the head. To hold myself through the expansion. The change. The growth. And the evolution. Eyebrow point, because I am so powerful. Side of the eye. No one else is here to do that for me. Under the eye. And I can stop waiting for circumstances or conditions to change first. Above the lip. Because when I step into this space of wholeness and trust, under the lip, those circumstances change immediately. Collarbone, and the reality I know I came here to live in arrives. I am the creator of that reality. I am rising in my power. I'm ready to live in energetic clarity, emotional intelligence, divine, beautiful environmental support, and my greatest evolution yet. I'm stepping into my next identity and iteration now. I'm ready to make decisions from that space now. And dang, does this feel good? I can feel the joy of it already within me. This is happening. This is real. This is my part to play in this beautiful, exquisite life. I feel like I'm floating. It feels so good. I want to sing. Shout it from the mountaintops. I am inevitable. I am inevitable. I am inevitable. Yes. All right. Eyes closed, hand down. Feel the energy. Integrate right now. Get very used to being so present to really alchemize. Alchemize not just through the mind, through the body, through the energy, through the soul, through your spirit. Breathe that in. Sigh it out. Ah. Move your body. Breathe it in. Sigh it out. Ah. Keeping your eyes closed, just find this beautiful stillness. Your breath is transporting you into the depth of your cells, of your spirit. You travel so quickly. It's like you're flipping and moving and turning backwards, deep into your pelvic bowl, deep into your space of creation. And you feel this stillness within the darkness. It's as if your hearing has changed. It's so open. You hear through your cells, you hear through your heart, you hear through your spirit. And in front of you, you see this beautiful portal beginning to open, this portal of light. It's almost like flames in this light. It's sparkling light, it's crystalline light, and it's opening, 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 opening. And as it opens, you see a reflection of you. You see the version of you that stands in this power now, that emanates energetic clarity, emotional coherence, and the investment in the environment of your greatest support. Yet you see this version of you coming closer and closer, coming through this portal of light. And you notice the aura around you, the color, the field. You notice the frequency that's vibrating through your whole being. And you can sense exactly what this frequency is saying, the decisions that this identity makes, the power that you stand in, the strength, the trust. You feel the movement of the energy, the new thoughts, the new beliefs, the new possibilities. And you realize this version of you has already arrived. This version of you is so close. And now you're merging together, stepping in as one. The same body, the same breath, the expanded spirit, the calibration of your wholeness, your energy, your codes, the identity that expands, the capacity that moves you beyond the fluctuating feelings and emotions, the feelings and emotions that fuel you, that move through you, that guide you, but do not constrict you or hold you back anymore. Feel how you have grown taller, how your breath is bigger, how your aura has strengthened, and see yourself now making one new move, one new aligned action and execution. This is the identity that is undeniable, that is unwavering, that is unshakable. Claim this identity now. It is done. It is done. It is done. Breathe it in. Sigh it out. Ah. Breathe it in. Sigh it out. Ah. This time hum. And when you hum, you're going to feel your hum just penetrating into the earth, merging with the earth. And it merges in such a depth that it flies, it opens, it expands into all. So breathe that in. In your power, hum. Give yourself a big smile if it feels good. Maybe there are tears. Allow the tears to flow. Whatever has opened for you, trust it and receive it. That's the power of where we go. That's what's really been activated in this time and space together. Let me know in the chat how you're feeling. If you have any questions, anything coming up. Like I said in the beginning, I would be offering an invitation to go deeper in this kind of experience into your inner freedom, where it's your default and nothing can ever shake that again. Nothing can touch that foundation. Like I said, this is an invitation. It's not something that I'm interested in convincing anyone of. You know if you're ready to go deeper with me. You know if you're ready to go all in and move into the power of what happens in a 9-week container. It's called Channel. It's my signature online experience, and it's a very high touch, high level refinement of every moment, movement. I want your sacred yes just as much as I want your sacred no. I want it to come from your heart, not your mind. If you're asking yourself if you have time, that means you're siphoning your power to your time. The question is, am I ready for this kind of activation and this kind of evolution in my life now? That's the question that will keep you in empowerment. No longer fractured, giving away time, money, love, sacrifice of yourself and your energy. How do you empower every single piece, every single portal of that, every single layer of that? So, I don't see any questions so far. So I'm just going to share. I'm going to share this quickly because I know you know. I know that I don't have to go into all the details. I don't have to, you know, share everything that's going to happen. Your spirit knows what the possibilities are. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you real quick. Mm, I can find it on my desktop. Mm-mm. Bear with me. I do want to show you that tree. So, that's what I'm looking for right now. There we go. Now I think I got it. Let's see. All right. Do you see it? Do you see the tree? All right. So I just want you to see this, right? See the strength and power of the tree and then the movement of the leaves. So feel that movement through the leaves as your emotions and your feelings, knowing that they all are arriving for a very divine experience and purpose, and they are actually made to move through you. And they will empower you from there. They will strengthen you from there instead of becoming the power over you. So just, maybe today you go outside and you spend 5 minutes watching the leaves, if there are any leaves on your trees, but maybe the branches, watching the branches move with the air. So that's what I wanted to share there. And just real quick, I'm going to share Erica and Lo, who went through the channel program before. I actually have a podcast with Erica that's out talking all about her experience that I highly, highly recommend feeling into because she had decided to give up on her healership and her dreams and really going all in on herself. And through channel, she met her edges and found some resistance, and I walked through them with her. She allowed herself to be held through them. And from there, she has found that space of inner freedom. She launched her first one woman show by the end of channel. And I'm so like, that's some of the best gifts that I can receive is seeing that and witnessing that. And I truly believe her one woman show will go on and on and on and do incredible things in the world. But she also moves through the resistance now and welcomes it. And she moves beyond scarcity. She's in abundance in every experience in her life, and she trusts them no matter what her circumstances are showing her. If you would get on her Instagram, you would see her talking about this just recently, actually. So that's Erica, and this is Lo. Lo also met her edge quite a few times with our work together. And she was really angry with the world when she came in. And this was actually a voice memo that she shared with me. And it's something I'm going to save forever because this is why I do continue to show up in my soul's contract for humanity. It's why I continue to hold people even when they're projecting, even when they're in resistance and challenge. And I can be that pillar of support that doesn't take that on ever. I'm your biggest cheerleader, and Lo knows now what a cheerleader I am because she's living in complete freedom from scarcity in time, in money, in her artistry. She's launched some artist workshops as well. So I just wanted to tell you about a couple of beauties that have been through this experience with me. And this is what it is. It's channel where we unlearn the matrix. The collapse of the old world, the old you is here. And this is where we stop living in reaction and thrive in energetic mastery. Because when you live from energy first, nothing will sway you. Nothing. And I promise because I walk my talk. I've been through this. I know there's somebody still here live who has been through my retreats, and she knows without a doubt what happens in my world. You can put it in the chat if you want to, Alita. She's saying yes in the chat. So Channel, our first module is beginning this Wednesday. We had a welcome call, but I've kept it open because I know that there are more beautiful souls that are ready to step into this kind of coherence for the rest of their life. Like this kind of freedom, no one else will ever give that to you. Not a job, not a relationship, not a location. Nothing else will ever give you this kind of freedom. So, anybody who's still here, even if you're here on the Facebook Live, if you're feeling the pull to this, if you're feeling a sacred yes in this experience with me, the one thing I will tell you, and this is not for scarcity, it's just the reality, is that this is the last time I'm offering it at 75% off. I didn't know if I would do that again this time, but I got the message to do that again this time. And if you join, I want to give you a bonus and a gift for listening to your channel if it's saying yes to you. If you join right now, I will give you a free one-on-one 30-minute session with me. If you join in the next 24 hours, I'll give you my money mindset mastery workshop. So those are my offers for this experience and to say thank you to those of you who have been here. Lacey, oh Lacey, your camera's not on. I'm so happy you're here. Lacey said channel is epic and life-changing. Working with Lori has been the greatest investment that continues to give. Thank you. Aw. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to just talk for a couple of minutes in case there is someone on the Facebook Live or that's here live that wants to say yes to themselves in this capacity with me on the path that we can weave together. If you do say yes, like I said, you'll get the free one-on-one with me right now, but you also have 24 hours. That one-on-one will go away, but you'll get the money mindset mastery with me. So I'm going to throw in the link for whoever's here if you want to get on over there and get in here. I have a really awesome payment plan. And like I said, it's 75% off. So if you've been craving working with me, but you've been scared, believe me, that's nothing new to me. I'm so used to that edge with people because I I'm your relentless cheerleader because I know what's possible for you. So I actually won't let you give up on yourself. Alita, if this is true, say yes. Okay. I won't let you give up on yourself. And that scares people because we've hypnotized ourselves to give up on ourselves. We've gotten so out of our own self integrity that we're used to saying no when the energy is asking us to go for something. That's why I said if your sacred yes is in your heart, trust it, follow it. This is the time. What's coming in 2026 isn't automatic, but if you do your work and you're living in the energy and the cycles and seasons, you will receive it and you will start jumping those timelines. I promise you. I just jumped one yesterday. I mean, heck, I jump timelines when I'm out here walking around. I'll suddenly be in a whole other lifetime. And it's such a magical way to live. I've lived the other way. I've lived in scarcity. I've lived in control. And that is exhausting. People are exhausted not because of what they do, it's because they're out of alignment with their soul's highest frequency of truth. I found that out when I got into the alignment with mine. So that's where I'm at. If anyone has thoughts, questions, anything they want to share while I'm giving people a little bit of space to jump in if you want that one-on-one with me. Alita says, I have quantum leaped from the work I've done with Lori. I went from such scarcity and fear to such freedom and joy. There are so many things that still land from the retreats. Yes, Queen. Yes, baby. I love it. Ah, y'all, we're here to have an exquisite life. Systems outside of us aren't here to dictate that for us. And I promise you, no matter how intense it gets out there, you still get to live in this freedom and joy. I'd love to be the one that walks the path with you. So Do we feel complete? Should we dance it out? I'm going to manifest the investment. I need to do this work. So ready for the quantum leap and to not give up on my soul's mission. It's almost happened this year. Baby, come on. Are you joining now? Are you going to get the one-on-one? Let me know. I don't know what just happened. I lost the whole chat. Do you guys have the whole chat? How did that happen? All right, babe. So, okay, I don't have the money at the moment. I love that you're working with manifestation. And this really is something that I wouldn't want you to put yourself into a nervous system dysregulation to be a part of this. But this is why I created the payment plan. It's actually a 4-month payment plan. So the payments are really they're much lower. So I want to let you know on that, but I also really want you to be in that space where you feel good about it, you feel yes, and you feel like you do have the money to come into the experience. But what I can tell you, I've shared with you about Lo. Lo was in complete money scarcity when she showed up. She actually tried to leave the program twice. And I've had this happen. And when I had a talk with her and I helped her remember the channel that she had that said yes to the experience, that was so on board. And then when her patterns started showing up, she was going back into the hypnosis of them. And because I was able to talk to her and get her to trust that channel, she came back into the program. And now that scarcity is completely gone. If you read what I shared with you, you'll read about her money mindset now. It's a completely different experience from her and it's freedom. But I will tell you that she was in money scarcity when she came in and she didn't believe the money was going to come in and we did the work together. So I do want to say that. And I also want to honor you and your true knowledge, your true wisdom on if it would put you over the edge and it would create such a dysregulation in your nervous system. So I want to honor that as well. But this is where discernment comes in. We've got to be able to discern between scarcity that's running on those programs and the channel that puts us in our edge. Because if you can go through that edge and you find the calibration, you're going to bring in the resources in that calibrated state. Because when we're in the scarcity state, the resources, they don't have an opening or a portal to come in the way that they will. And that's where really investing in yourself is the greatest gift you can ever give yourself. I've never stopped investing. My investments get bigger and bigger and bigger. I never will. I'll never stop investing in my growth and my evolution ever because that's the environment that I put around me. If I create space between the investments, then I create space to absorb the collective, the scarcity, the narrative that's going out there, and I'm not available for it. I'm not available for it. I'm available for the most aligned, joyful, freedom filled inevitability of me possible. So I hope that you're all like, you're snapping, you're giving that, you're like, yeah, let's go. And if it's not me, let it be somebody else. If it is me, I'm honored. I want to walk this path with you. If it's not me, I don't want to walk this path with you because there'll be a lot of resistance. But if it is me, I'm like, let's go. I'm relentless. I won't ever give up. It's not the way. This is a journey. There's no end destination. We do this together and we create the spiral and we weave the most incredible tapestry possible. So there it is, babes. Do we feel good? Did something shift within you in this experience today? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Can we all do it? Yes, 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 yes. Doesn't that feel good to be in the yes frequency? We're so often in the no. The no is really easy to come in because of what we're absorbing. So just start yesing. Yes, your life. Yes, your experience. Yes, your light. Yes, 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 yes. Freaking yes. All right, loves. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, you know what? This just came through. As I was reading your private message, Jamie, this just came through. I have, for any of you who are feeling like literally, maybe your bank account doesn't show the money, like if you're feeling that scarcity and you don't know where the money is going to come from and you love my work, I have an affiliate program and I'm strengthening that affiliate program because I truly believe it's the New Earth way where we lift each other up and everybody receives in the experience. And if you believe that you know someone who would love to do this work with me and you refer them to me, you will get paid. You have to start normalizing different streams of income and money and resources because we've been trained in one. And that has cut so much off around us. So if you want to manifest the money to come into the program, share this masterclass, share my private mind, like share the things that might speak to somebody else because if they come in, they get the life transformation and the life up level and upgrade with me. You get paid and I keep getting to share my soul medicine. We all win. That's the New Earth way. That's where we lift these businesses up and we no longer give the power away to big corporations that don't actually care about us or humanity. So keep that in mind if you are manifesting coming into this experience with me and all the lovelies that are already in there. We really begin this Wednesday. I'm going to leave doors open until Tuesday. We start a cleanse Wednesday morning. There's a big reason for that. And it's a really powerful portal where we go in that space. So there's lots of bonuses. Again, I'm not interested in telling you everything that comes into the experience. You can read about that and feel into it. I know and trust that if you're feeling the call, your channel and your heart are already telling you. You don't have to figure it out in your mind. I trust that. So there it is. Do I still have this going? Let me see. We're still here. Real quick, real quick. Uh, let's dance it out, shall we? What dance should we do? What dance should we do? This one, maybe? Let's go. Come on. Let it land. This is the integration. Bring it in. If you can, if it feels safe, close your eyes and really feel this. Feel it in your soul. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your energy. Yeah, come on. Yes! Beautiful, y'all. Yes, 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 yes. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. How good do you feel? You are upgraded. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. I love y'all so much. This has been such a joy. And I'm going to send it out. So come back to it, do it again. Like, really, really live from this. Live, breathe, know, and believe. Keep going, keep growing, keep glowing. We got this. We are the light leaders, we are the way showers. And I am so honored to walk this path with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This has been a blast. Mwah.